Spring has sprung, and that means that testing is just around the corner. This year's testing is not just something we do in order to meet state requirements. More importantly, by conducting regular assessments, we are able to diagnose learning gaps, see snapshots of student learning, and provide staff with the information needed in order to improve instruction or recommend interventions. Before we dive into this month's usual spotlight, let's talk about what students and parents need to know in preparation for testing. While assessments vary depending on students' ages and unique needs, there are 3 core tests that take place across our district: STAR 360, CMAS, which is CMAS, and the PSAT and SAT. 3rd through 9th graders take the STAR 360 test 3 times a year, once in the fall, once in December, and a final time in the spring. These results provide us with regular benchmark monitoring for reading and math. The CMAS, English Language Arts and Math test, will be administered to 3rd through 8th graders, and the CMAS Science test to 5th, 8th, and 11th graders from April 8th to April 26th. Similar to the STAR 360, CMAS scores are used as an important piece of information when determining students' needs. On April 16th, high school juniors will take the SAT, a college readiness assessment that covers English Language Arts and mathematics. The SAT can be used to meet graduation requirements. For students who are choosing to pursue a post-secondary education, SAT scores can also be used for college admission and even possible scholarship opportunities. On April 17th, the freshmen and sophomores will take the PSAT in preparation for their final SAT test their junior year. We are often asked by parents how they can help us prepare their children for testing. For the majority of tests, the best way to prepare is to complete classwork as usual and to seek out studying support in areas identified for improvement. Though we want students to achieve their best scores on these tests, we are more focused on fostering the academic development of our students and addressing their unique needs. If we accomplish this goal, our test scores will reflect our students' improvements. For SAT prep, students can use Khan Academy, a free online test prep site endorsed by the makers of the SAT test. And remember, some of the best ways to prepare for a test are to get at least 8 hours of sleep and to eat a balanced breakfast the morning of the test. For more information on Weld RE-4 testing, including this year's assessment calendar, please visit our assessments page at weldre4.org, located under the Families tab.
Each and every day I see the power of what CTE does for students. In Weld RE-4 we have many programs. We have our agriculture program, which has 6 different pathways, and just to name a couple, our Ag Power Structures and Technology, as well as our horticulture program. We also have our business program. We have 3 different pathways within that. We also have our industrial design and technology, which includes welding and fabrication. We have information technology, and that includes coding as well as web design. And we have our family consumer sciences, which includes a design pathway, hospitality and culinary arts, as well as an education pathway.
I'm currently in ProStart. We do a lot of catering events for the school. Currently we're making cookies for an 8th grade night, and then we do a lot of labs, and then we're learning about restaurant safety.
We are both involved in interior design, and I took child and adolescent development last year.
I think that there are so many CT opportunities at this school, and I think you can learn so much.
Statistically speaking, the Colorado graduation rate is 83% as of this past year. For students who are participating in CTE programs for 2 or more years within a pathway, that graduation rate goes up to 98%. From the time that they're a freshman, they can immediately engage learning about work. They have the opportunity throughout their entire high school career to follow the pathway that they're interested in, and as a senior, be able to go out and engage directly with the community with an on-the-job experience.
I'm involved a lot in FFA, and I'm currently in a vet science class. FFA is for the Future Farmers of America. It's like a nationwide program that has a lot to do with agriculture and future building and stuff like that. I actually heard about FFA in middle school, and I just heard that you had to take the agriculture class to join it, so that's what I did, and then through it I kind of just started learning more, and then I was like, yeah, I want to be a veterinarian after I started learning more about the pathways.
I think the power in CTE is really when a student has the opportunity to explore something that maybe they feel a little bit uncomfortable with. They're challenged by that at the beginning of the school year, but by the time that they've reached the end of the school year, they have moved on to greater challenges, have mastered those transferable skills, and something that they can take with them throughout their lives.
I've learned a lot of public speaking because usually when it comes to presentations, I get scared and stand like in the corner. But then with FFA, we had to do an assignment called the FFA Creed, so it was 5 short little paragraphs about why you would believe in agriculture. It was really fun.
I love baking. I love learning about different recipes, and I just love learning in general. I love my teachers too. They really help us when we're stuck in what we're trying to learn.
Each one of our career and technical education programs has a career and technical student organization that is also included with that program that students can be members of and participate in. It essentially acts as an extension of what we do in the classroom. Take ag, for example. Students would participate in FFA, Future Farmers of America. If you're a business student, you might participate in FBLA or DECA.
I'm in currently our advanced vet science program and our ag business program. I'm also in our FFA chapter, and I'm an officer on our officer team.
I'm vice president in FCCLA, and we do a lot of hands-on things. Last year we did an interior design star project.
So we were able to take that project to state, and then we qualified for the national level.
Students who participate in career and technical student organizations oftentimes are offered jobs on the spot. We also have students who have had the opportunity to earn scholarships because of their participation in these organizations.
I think the CTE classes are actually a great way to get into jobs.
In our ag business program, we are mainly focused on the business side of things, the math, figuring out how to do taxes, what you buy for your business, what you sell for your business.
A good first start to engaging with career and technical education would be to take a look at the pathways that we offer within each of these programs by reviewing the course description handbook. Students are able to talk with their counselor. They know the programs and pathways and how to get into those.
At first, when I was thinking about ag classes, I was thinking about more of the power mechanics and the vet science, because I usually thought that building stuff was where I liked it the most, but I apparently like crops and growing food a lot more than building.
I think it is a really good program if you're a freshman going into high school to get into, just because you can learn a lot about different pathways and go from welding to animal science to ag business, and there's all kinds of things you can go into.
You don't have to be born on a farm to do ag. You don't have to grow up around animals to work with animals.
I took culinary my freshman year, and I really enjoyed it. This class is more hands-on, and you get to explore, and it's more independent.
I've always wanted to be an architect or an interior designer. Some of the skills I hope to get from a couple of these classes are more understanding in design, like spatial awareness and being able to read instructions and plans and being able to construct it myself without help from other people.
This is where students oftentimes find their community. It's a way for them to explore something that they're passionate about and really determine if this is something that they want to do as a lifelong career.
The CTE teachers are very inclusive, they're very helpful, they'll always be there to support you, whatever you need, as well as the peers around you. Sonia's my best friend, and I met her through CTE classes and FCCLA, so you can meet lifelong friends that you'll have forever in these types of classes.
If an 8th grader was watching this, I would probably say they should definitely look into taking as many of these CTE classes as they can. Design seminar, baking and pastry, welding, all those classes. I think it's a great gateway to figuring out a passion that you like and overall figuring out who you are and what you enjoy.
There are a lot of great ways to get involved with our CTE programs. Each of our programs has an advisory committee that really is a way for us to engage with industry to make sure that we're covering the things that are important to industry so that we can establish a talent pipeline as students think about moving from high school to post-secondary options or into the workforce. We also have opportunities for business owners to be able to have interns. In addition to that, we're always excited to be able to have guest speakers if you have an industry that you would like to showcase, because truly seeing is believing, and having students be able to come out to your site and be able to better understand what it is that your business does and what job opportunities are available is a critical aspect of everything that we do in CTE.